1, 2, 3. Cut that ribbon.
At a small ceremony in Fargo, a big addition officially made its debut to the world. Sanford Laboratories Amber Valley opened up just blocks away from the Sanford Medical Center in Fargo, combining various departments from 3 different labs under one new roof.
We expect to see a major decrease in turnaround time, and we're already starting to see that as a result of being here for a few weeks. We're receiving our slides in a much more timely manner. We can walk down the hallway to any and all of our colleagues to show a case instead of having to ship things across town. When we order additional levels on tissue or other studies that are going to help us make the correct diagnosis, those are coming out to us same day in a lot of instances now instead of next day. So it's been really, really exciting and gratifying to see that.
The new 18,000 square foot lab houses multiple service lines, including pathology, cytology, flow cytometry, and microbiology. Areas that couldn't communicate as easily before can now come together for speedy consultations among specialists and a quicker diagnosis for the patient.
A lot of times there's cases that are very complex that come through our practice, and we have a very subspecialized pathology practice where Dr. McFall, for instance, specializes in skin. So if he had a case that he was worried about other implications, let's say where he needed to consult with potentially one of our hematopathologists, he can now very easily take that case from his office, walk it across the hallway, and very easily be able to consult with one of our 3 heme paths, Dr. Sappho, Dr. Ranner, Dr. Bianco, and get some real-time feedback.
Of course, COVID testing has been a priority during the pandemic, and it remains so at the new lab as well.
We've got 18,000 square feet of laboratory dedicated space here, and you'd think with the pandemic, you know, being 1 year in and just the sheer volume of tests that we've had to perform, that there'd be a pretty sizable footprint for COVID testing, when realistically some of our biggest workhorses for COVID testing have been these little guys right here. Very small footprint. We've got 2 on this side and 3 more on this side, but when you look at a lab this big, that's the power of molecular technology and being able to do things through PCR. You can get a lot done with a small footprint.
Ultimately, though, all of the equipment and all of the experts are here to serve patients.
Most of us have experienced that waiting game of, you know, having a sample drawn or a tissue removed and wondering, you know, is it cancer? And if we haven't experienced that ourselves, we know somebody who has, and we understand the emotional tension that causes. And we don't want people to have to suffer through that any longer than they have to. So there's that emotional aspect, but then there's also the practical aspect of with some diagnoses, it's important to make the diagnosis as quickly as possible, because the sooner you start treating the patient, the better the prognosis and the outcome.
Thanks to the new lab in Fargo and all of the people working inside these walls, turnaround time will move faster, and with it, patient care will continue to improve at Sanford Health. In Fargo, Jason Anschutz, Sanford Health News.